Hey y'all.
Hey,
we had we had a little trouble right before we started. So we're running a little bit late. So thank you for showing us grace. If you don't know, our cousins are here visiting. And for one of our cousins, this is their first time outside of the United States.
yeah,
First time.
first time.
First time. So what we noticed are some rookie mistakes that cost them money. And that's what we want to talk about with you and our Utopian Legends. All right, because today is Utopian Legend Thursday. Hey, y'all, my name's Halisi.
And I'm Rick. Welcome to our Black Utopia.
On our channel, we talk about money, travel, and life abroad. We help folks who look like us, who are getting close to retirement age and forgot to plan, get their money straight so that they can retire on time or maybe even early.
Or abroad, too.
All right. So we're not going to go into the whole spiel because this is Legend Thursday, and we've got some folks backstage. Now, if you are a member of this channel and you are a Utopian legend, why aren't you joining us backstage?
Yes.
So you can chitty chat with us.
Please, please. It's not too late.
Right? It is not too late. So just go ahead and check every other Thursday when we go live with our Utopian Legends. We put a link to backstage in the community on YouTube. So just look at our page, look under the posts, and only the legends will be able to see the link. All right. So we're going to get started. International travel rookie mistakes. And as soon as any legends join, we will bring them on stage. The first thing that we noticed is that the phone service that our cousins were using, it was spotty.
Yeah.
Right?
Were they on their U.S. carrier?
I think they're still on their U.S. carriers, right? They're still on their U.S. carriers. All right. So back in the day when we didn't know better, I don't know if we were on Verizon or AT&T or whatever, right?
$10 a day.
$10 to $14 to $15 a day, y'all.
Whether you used it or not.
Okay. Or you could buy a SIM card in the place that you're going to and pay maybe $30 for the whole thing. Mm-hmm. It could be for all you can eat. All right. I see some people joining us backstage. As soon as I see your faces, I will put you in. So there are other eSIM type of situations or opportunities that you can do, right?
Right.
That does not require a physical SIM. Because here's the deal, y'all. Today's phones, for the most part, will take two SIMs. Sometimes a physical SIM and an eSIM, sometimes two physical SIMs and an eSIM.
Yeah.
All right.
eSIM is electronic SIM.
Thank you. Electronic SIM and a physical SIM. So that's the majority. And some take two physical SIMs and an eSIM. All right. So there are some services like Ola Fly, HOLA Fly, FLY, one word, Ola Fly. I know folks who are using it and they say it works well. Like my sister in South Africa, she uses it when she travels and she was fine. She had data. She was fine. She could navigate. She could call the Uber. She could do whatever she needed to do. So the other one is called.
Is it Arola?
Airolo.
Airolo.
Airolo. Like air, ALO.
Yeah. Airolo.
Yeah.
I guess.
Right.
It must be a Spanish. Is it a Spanish name or something?
Excuse me. It looks like it.
I've heard of the Olafly.
Yeah, Olafly. We've all heard of. So Olafly and Arola, those are companies that you can use in like 100 plus countries. All right, and so anytime you land, boom, you've got data. You can navigate. You can call your Uber or your Bolt or Lyft or whatever they've got wherever you're going, as well as if you've scheduled transportation, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, it's way cheaper than
taking a taxi.
getting data plans or roaming and all that stuff if you
That part too.
get your SIMs.
Exactly. For me, it's two reasons. One, you've got access to data as soon as you land. And I like being independent, right? Like, I don't like having to depend upon whomever is at the airport that's going to guide you towards the people who want to make the money, right? And we know that I don't like taking taxis in 2025. The notion that I don't know how much it's going to cost and I've just got to have the money, whatever it's going to cost. That's why taxis are dying, because people want an exact price, right? And so if you want to take, ride share, you got to have data. If you want to navigate the city on your own, you've got to have data. If you want to be able to make calls, you've got to have data. If you want to make WhatsApp calls without incurring charges, you've got to have data. So either way, you've got to have data. All right. I'm still not seeing folks' faces, I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one face. All right. I see a face.
You turn around. I think as soon as you click on Sarah, she'll pop in.
So when Sarah is back, she can go ahead and pop in. Hey, Antonia. Oh, look at, is that a her or him?
It's Bella.
Hey, Bella. Hey, Bella. One of the things that we noticed with our cousins, y'all, okay, we said this is one of their first times traveling internationally. And traveling internationally is different than traveling state to state or traveling like, to Jamaica, because you're probably taking American Airlines the whole time. And that therein lies the difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So our cousins came only for like a week. They got so much shit, y'all.
They doing the American traveling thing.
They got so much shit. They got so much shit. They've got so much shit that they went up to Porto for a day with some other friends and they left most of their crap here at our house because it was too much crap to travel with. Yes, that's what they did. That's what they did. So we're going to give you about 2 or 3 more. And then, Antonia, we want you to think about anything that you have learned that you didn't know that you had to learn while traveling internationally. Like we said, there's a difference when you travel internationally than when you travel just like Canada, Mexico, and the Caribbean islands, especially Canada and Mexico, because our cell services will cover you in Canada and Mexico.
Right.
That's not even international anymore. Like, you don't even need a passport. You still can do that. Like, you can still do like cruises and stuff like that with just a birth certificate if you're going to Mexico or Canada.
Now remember, I haven't even left the state barely.
Oh, this should be an interesting conversation. This should be an interesting conversation. And so I'm just going to answer this really, really, really fast. Our United States phones are on our electronic SIMs, and all of our United States bank accounts, their two-factor authentication are with our United States phone numbers, which are on our electronic SIMs. So hopefully that helps. We know folks who are using Google Voice, the free Google Voice, and can do double authentication with their United States banks with that service. Okay, so that's something to think about.
Mm-hmm.
So always pay in local currency. Y'all, if y'all been here for a while, y'all know that, right? So we have to say, Antonia, tell them why they should be a member. And then I'm going to say, hit that like button if this information is valuable, and please share this information. This is how you can help the channel and make sure that folks who look like us can get out of Dodge, because we know what's going on in the United States is crazy. What state are you in, Antonia?
Texas.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So why should people be a member of our Black Utopia?
Oh my gosh, why not? There's so many perks. Community, community, community.
I think that's the biggest thing, because especially when you're talking about like America and that rugged individualism, right? And they promote like this crab in the barrel mentality, and they
Mm.
promote this like you've got to do it on your own, and this divide and conquer, and it's all on purpose because they know when we come together, we're so strong, right? When we come together, we can move mountains. When we come together, we can change the world. And they don't want that to happen.
Oh,
They don't want that to happen. And they're really, really, they have perfected it in Texas. Oh my gosh, they have perfected it.
We can bring
So
Sarah in.
um,
I think she'll come on once we.
I don't want to pull up a blank thing.
There she
Okay,
is,
there
right
we
there.
go. I'll pull up that. Okay, let's see. Sarah. Hey,
Hey, Sarah.
Sarah.
Hi, I'm back.
Good. Glad you're back. So we talked about SIM cards, and then the second thing that y'all know, as we talk about international travel, rookie mistakes is not paying in the local currency, and or not declining dynamic currency conversion. Okay. So your bank will get a better exchange rate. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we just said our cousins are here, right? So they were in there. What were they buying? I think some waters or something. We were taking a walk and they stopped into one of those um, tourist convenience stores, right? And they have waters and they had magnets and fans and all kind of just crap, right? And so our cousin was paying, and we told them reject conversion. And what did the people at the store, how did they look?
Oh, they were talking to each other because they were like, in other words, oh, they know. So, because
They kind of gave the each other the side eye, right?
yeah, because they're not doing you a favor by if you accept the conversion, you're getting charged more.
Exactly. Exactly. You're whenever the charge hits, your bank will charge the exact conversion rate at that time. If somebody's asked, if a organization, company, whatever, is offering to do anything for you, they charge you money.
Right.
They charge you money. So don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Well, the very first time we came to Europe, we accepted conversion rate, and like it was probably anywhere from 3 to 10% more that we
Mhm.
just gave that money away. We gave the money away because we didn't know better.
stupid tax.
So we'll know that was the bank making money.
Yeah, she said stupid tax.
Oh yeah, that was the stupid tax. Yeah, just like an expat tax, right? Or ignorance tax, But the internet existed in those days, so yes, it was definitely a stupid tax. Um, I have to say, I'm going to tell you all this, and we'll go on to number three. Um, Remember when we were getting like a couple of $100 out of the ATM,
Mhm.
and the bank was about to charge us something like 235 or $240 to get out
Oh,
200 euro. Okay,
God.
so they were going to charge us $44 more, 30 to $44 more.
Mhm.
That was the conversion, and I can't remember what that percentage was. But all I know is I got the $200, 200 euro out. I rejected conversion. And when I got the notification from our bank, it cost us $214. So only $14 more as opposed to $40 more. So we rejected conversion and saved like $30 on that $200 withdrawal. They think they're slick. They think they're slick, okay? But sophisticated international travelers know always reject conversion,
Yeah.
right? The
And
other
they should always give you the option of doing that too.
right, and right, and the machine should always give you the
Whenever
option.
you're cashing out and the machine, they should turn that machine so you can see it, so you can accept the conversion or reject the conversion. And
Yes.
you always reject the conversion.
Yeah. 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 Because sometimes they'll just da 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 da. I was done. Well, wait now. What you just do? What did you just do? I mean, it's one thing if your charge is like $5. It's another thing if your charge is $50, right? You won't have to undo that if it's $50. That's for doggone sure. So another thing, another pro tip that we learned in the United States, there's still cities that give away bags at the grocery store. We have not found that to be the case in any other country that we've traveled to, starting back in 2008. Yeah. So what we started doing is taking one or two recyclable grocery bags with us. Just pack them flat in.
Something went wrong. Please try again.
Okay, Siri. I'm not sure why this came on, but whatever. Anyway, we pack them flat right there in the bag, and then we can use them because we usually stay in Airbnbs. We usually don't stay in hotels because I never eat all of my food and I like leftovers and stuff like that. So I like to be able to warm them up. I want egg. I want my kind of breakfast in the morning. And, in some countries, an American style breakfast is very hard to find. So, I prepare for all that. Every place sells eggs. So I can make eggs the way I want with veggies and this and that and the other and some cheese and be done with it.
Usually stops, but
I don't know. Stop touching it. In any event, oh God, now I forgot what I was saying. Oh, reusable grocery bags. So we can have our groceries, right? We can take home our groceries and not have to pay for the bag. So that's number one. And then number two, depending upon how long you're staying, you can use that same bag for dirty clothes.
yeah, it's good.
So, right. And so, whether you are staying in an Airbnb and they've got a laundromat, if you're going on a 3-week trip, because here's the thing, y'all, stop packing so much stuff. The people who are looking at you have never seen you before. They don't know that you just wore that same outfit 3 days ago. You really can wash it and wear it again, right? And no one knows and no one cares.
Nope.
You don't have to take a different outfit for every day.
That's for our own vanity.
Our own vanity, right? And then you're lugging all of this stuff all over hell and gone back, right? And then the elevators here in Europe and in a lot of other countries that have old architecture are not big. Rick calls them lifts. Rick says they ain't elevators, they lifts.
Elevator lifts.
And you got to get in sideways. And it was so bad that we had to send our bags up by themselves. That's how much crap we had the first time we came.
Yeah.
Right? So pack light and pack a lightweight grocery bag, and you can use it for 2 or 3 different reasons.
Yeah. Most hotels will have larger size elevators, but then when especially when you're traveling in Europe, and if you're staying at smaller like mom and pop Airbnb hotels, apartments, boutique hotels, they got small lifts.
Exactly.
They're not elevators, they're lifts.
Exactly.
So you want to keep mindful of that.
Exactly. So, all right, Sarah, have you learned anything traveling internationally that you didn't know that was like, oh shoot, I wish I would have known that?
Yes, just what you just said about the traveling light. Um, I traveled to London and I was in Greece, and you're absolutely right. The elevators, um, all of that, the clothes and how small things are, and you can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I learned.
We
I also learned that with traveling for work, like you said, the meetings, um, lugging all that information. Those individuals, they didn't see me the next day, so
right, right.
yeah,
When I mean, I when I traveled for work, I did like the men did. I took one suit
that's correct.
and different blouses
Yep,
and different accessories and
yep,
called it a day.
yes, I did.
Right? I'm not trying to do all that. They wear that one old ugly ass brown suit
Hmm.
with them rundown shoes.
Correct,
And then
correct.
we're supposed to be like all fitted out every single day. No, ma'am, no, sir.
Yep,
No, ma'am,
that's
no,
so
sir.
true. Because there's wear and tear on your body, and you don't realize it.
Exact
You
carrying
know.
all that stuff around.
Yep. Back
Carrying all that
issues
stuff
and
around.
all. Yep.
Exactly.
It's so true.
Exactly. And so while we're talking about weight, we might in packing light, we might as well talk about the suitcase situation. So everyone who travels internationally needs to have a suitcase weight scale,
A scale, a hand scale.
a hand scale to weigh your suitcases, okay? Because otherwise, you're going to end up paying too much money for suitcases.
Yeah.
If
It will
it's
save you.
1 pound or 2 pounds, some of those people,
It'll save you. They're worth their weight in gold.
they really
It'll
are.
save you a lot of headaches because in a lot of places you travel here, and also another thing talking about suitcases is look at your American suitcase and also check and see the size of foreign suitcases because all suitcases are not made equal. Usually, American suitcases, especially overhead compartment suitcases, in America are a little bit larger than they are here in Europe. And you got the little thing that you stick it down into the baggage thing to see if it's big enough. And I've had the smaller overhead bags that coming from Denver and
Which fit fine.
which fit fine, but mm-mm, nope, it
Uh-uh.
was just
No,
a
ma'am, no,
hair
sir.
too big.
No, ma'am, no, sir.
And they said you could take it. It would probably cost you $100
Right,
more.
right. And so not only the size, but also the
The
weight.
weight.
A lot of European airlines will weigh carry-ons, y'all. They'll weigh
Yeah.
carry-ons. So you think you're getting away with your check bag by putting everything in your carry-on and just smushing it in, smush, smush, smush. But here in Europe and in other places that we've traveled as well, they were doing that in Asia as well. They were weighing carry-ons. Okay. So have that scale with you
Yeah.
and know those weights ahead of time because that can cost you hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars right there on the spot. I'm telling you. And TAP Airlines, the Portuguese Airlines TAP, they are notorious for those
Notorious.
carry-ons, the size of it. If it's too big, it doesn't. They haven't even weighed it yet. If it's just an inch too big, it's got to be gate checked, and that's €100, not $100, €100, which is $115 today, as we're
Mm.
recording this. Don't make those mistakes, y'all. The other thing, so y'all know we are coming to Mexico for Rick's birthday. If you want to join us in Querétaro, Mexico for our meetup, it is September 27th. September 27th in Querétaro, Mexico. And you need to get on our email list. You need to, I know the members, anybody who's a member already has the information and the RSVP list. So once our members RSVP, because we're paying for everybody's stuff, okay? This is a birthday celebration for Rick. So unlike our regular meetups where y'all pay, this one is a limited amount of people and we are celebrating Rick's birthday. And so we are paying for everything, not
Well,
to get there
and not hotel.
and not hotel,
Don't
but we're
say
paying for the
everything.
party. We paying for the party, y'all. We paying for the
Say
party.
everything.
We paying for drinks and food. We paying for the party. All right. And not all you can eat and all you can drink. Don't get here acting like no, you come on with some home training. We know how to act. We know how to act. So we're going to Mexico. Antonia's laughing. We're going to Mexico, but then we're also going to go to some places in Central America and South America. Why? Because we've already flown from Europe all the way to North America. So we might as well go ahead and go to the rest of North America and Central America as well. So here is another pro tip. When you travel, go by region. It doesn't make sense to go from Atlanta to Singapore and then from Atlanta to Paris. Like if you're going from Atlanta to Singapore, then you might as well go to some other Asian countries.
Yeah.
Go to Singapore and then, Malaysia and Thailand and Vietnam and all those countries that are over there that you've got time to visit, as opposed to going from Atlanta to Singapore to Paris to London to Atlanta. That's going to cost a lot more money because once you do the long haul from Atlanta to Singapore, for instance, it's going to be just, a couple of bucks to get from Singapore to Thailand, from Thailand to Malaysia, from Malaysia to Vietnam to South Korea, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So, the trip from here to the United States, that's the big money. Once we get to LA to Mexico, that's $100 one way, right? Mexico to Costa Rica, another couple of $100. Costa Rica to Panama, another couple of $100. Panama to Colombia, another couple of $100. You see what I'm saying? And if it were Europe, it'd be even cheaper than that. So you want to travel by region to do short hops, add more experiences for very little extra cost. Mm-hmm. You want to add anything to that, Sarah or Antonia?
No. You summed it up well.
So we already talked about that. We said go carry on only. We try to go carry on only. It's hard to do that with YouTube. Like if we have to do YouTube, then we can't do just carry on because we've got equipment.
Wear comfy shoes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And speaking about that, just as long as we're on shoes, the other thing is if you're doing a long haul, like 5 to 7 hours or more, compression socks. Compression socks. And then get, some other, like those hospital socks. Everybody's had those and gotten them from someplace, right? And put those over your compression socks.
Oh, like the footies?
The footies and stuff like that, right? And put those over your compression socks.
You don't really want to walk
on those
around,
long hauls.
And you don't want to walk around the plane with no shoes on either. I mean,
with no socks, no shoes and socks on. Like, who was that? Was that like, I don't know. So I don't know, like JD Vance or somebody was walking around the plane. No, it was Kennedy. Of course it was the health person walking around with no shoes and socks on an airplane. That's just disgusting.
It's beyond disgusting.
That is just disgusting. Right? So, I mean, if you can do carry on only, we gotta get a deal with Tropic Phil. Tropic Phil, if you're watching, we would love a sponsorship. But we've got backpacks that will literally hold 2 weeks worth of clothing.
Wow.
A backpack. And then that plus a carry-on, like I said, if it weren't for the equipment for YouTube, that plus a carry-on would be all we would have to take. We would never have to check a bag if it weren't for YouTube. Wouldn't you say? Yeah. We would never have to check a bag. That you can avoid lost luggage and all of that nonsense. Plus, when we were in Venice, and trying to save money, y'all. So we took the water ferry over to the closest place to our hotel, got off, And of course, then you've got to walk. There's no such thing as an Uber in the tourist part of Venice. The main Venice has two parts. It's got the part with the canal, and then it's got a little piece of the city that's on the mainland. So the part that's got the canals, there's no such thing as an Uber or anything like that. You've got to go up and over these canals, and you're lugging luggage up and over these canals.
Yeah, wheels.
Think about it, folks. Yeah. Think about it when you travel. You don't want to do that. Oh my God. People felt such pity for us, they were helping us. That's how much SHIT we had the first time we went. We know now. And I remember when we were on the ferry and we were going to our little cruise, and that couple that was across from us and all they had was a backpack and a carry-on, and they were looking at us, and it was like they were going like,
Americans.
They might have been American, but they were like, rookies, y'all. All right. The other thing, our cousins made the mistake. They didn't get a universal adapter kit.
Yes, have a universal adapter kit
and stuff. And they've got one of our adapters. If you're watching, Dia, you better get back here with my adapter.
I ain't worried about no adapter.
He borrowed our adapter. I want our adapter. Anyway, so Rick bought a converter kit, and we bought adapters.
Yeah,
right?
He's having a converter.
Okay, so we bought a converter kit, and you can get those on Amazon or whatever, right? A converter kit, and then adapters on top of that. So you definitely want, everything needs to be charged these days, and you might as well just go ahead and get this. Now, a lot of hotels and this and that have the USB chargers for your phones and things like that, but I think it's better to charge a charger than to plug my phone directly into an arbitrary USB port. I mean, who's to know if that information is not going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth? Right? All right. When it comes to cash, Sarah, how did you used to roll with cash? Back in the day, we used to go get traveler's checks. Remember? American Express traveler's checks?
So true. Yes, traveler's checks.
Right?
Do they use that traveler's checks anymore? Probably not. I mean,
I don't know. Does anyone even accept?
I haven't seen anything that says traveler's checks anymore.
That is so hilarious. I mean, when we first started,
I had a card. I had a card when I went to Greece, but that was in like 2010.
Okay.
Some type of check card.
Like an ATM card?
It was like an ATM card, but it was a traveler's check card, though.
Okay.
So it was probably the newest version of traveler's checks.
Correct.
Interesting. So we went to South Africa in 2008, and we got traveler's checks for that. I remember going to Wells Fargo and getting a few traveler's checks and blah, blah, blah. But for the most part, y'all, what we did, even in 2008, is we went to the ATM machine and just got cash out.
Yeah, I was going to say, we might have used a traveler's check or two, but we didn't use all of them.
We used all that we had so that we didn't have to come back with them. But yeah, we ended up just going to the ATM machine. And that's what you can do here. Okay. And that's what you can do in every single place that we've traveled to. But what we do is we make sure that we use a card that does not charge ATM fees and that also refunds
reimburses you
or reimburses for what is that? Conversion. So reimburses for conversion and ATM fees. Yeah. So that's what we do. Who is that, you might say? The ones that we know about for show are
Charles Schwab.
Exactly. He's looking at me like, what?
I didn't know you were asking me.
Charles Schwab and Fidelity.
Charles Schwab and Fidelity.
Yeah. All right. So we talked about card. We got 3 more, and then we'll hear from Sarah and Antonia and let you go. All right. Here's a good one. Here is a good one. You want to download maps for the places that you're going, and also the language in Google Translate or whichever app you're using for translating. Okay. Download them so that you can use them offline. That way, if you're not going to do Ola Fly or some SIM card like that, and you're actually going to get a SIM card in town. So like when we went to Belgium, we actually got a SIM card in town. We knew Belgium had Vodafone. We're with Vodafone. We thought it would work, but oh no. Like the state, that's Vodafone Belgium and this is Vodafone Portugal, and the two shall not mix. So we had to go and get another SIM card when we went to Belgium. But because we had downloaded some things, we didn't have to worry about navigating to the place because we had downloaded the map. All right. And then the 2 last things are keep digital copies of your passport
your
and your everything in your phone, your visa, your passport, your boarding passes, everything. Keep copies of them in your phone. Emergency phone numbers, any kind of insurance that works, any travel insurance that you received, that you purchased, because we do purchase travel insurance, travel health insurance, not travel, oh, I can't go insurance. Travel health insurance, okay? And all of that information should be in your phone. The other thing that we use is TripIt. TRIPIT, TripIt. And if you have, we use the free version, but I think I might get the paid version, because if you use TripIt, you can put all of this information in the paid version. You can upload all of these things into the app. And so, oh wait, sorry, y'all. There we go. So this orange one, that's TripIt. Okay. There's a paid version and there's a free version. And so all you have to do when you get your reservation from Southwest Airlines or whatever, you just email it to TripIt and they start building an itinerary for you that looks so cool. It looks something like this. All right. And so I probably shouldn't have shown that, but whatever. That's what it looks like. And it's so cool. So this is a pro tip. Whether you're traveling internationally or otherwise, you've got to use TripIt to organize your whole trip. And if you're doing it like we said and traveling regionally, all the more reason, because you're going to be going to more than one place, all the more reason to use a app like TripIt. And then lastly, learn some local phrases. Always learn some local phrases like hello, please, thank you.
Yeah. Good morning, you can. Good afternoon, good evening. Hello, thank you, like you said.
To me, where is the bathroom? To me, where is the bathroom? Yeah. Is the most important phrase.
And what it's called where you're going.
And what is the bathroom called where you're going? All right.
Because you walk up to somebody and ask, where's your bath? Do you have a bathroom? And they'll look at you like you are in, what's the bathroom?
Exactly.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Because most of the bathrooms here in Europe, throughout Europe, are public. Marked. They're marked WC.
Which in English translates to water closet.
It means water closet.
Why water closet? WC got to be the symbol for the bathrooms in all of, well, I don't know all of Europe, but all of Europe that we've been to so far. I have no idea. Maybe that was the British Empire. I have no idea. But that's what it is, right? And it's different things in different places. So know what that is, because when you need to go, you got to go. All right.
Another thing, too, you should be very, very smart about, especially if you take medications or anything. You make sure that you have your medications. Make sure that you have copies of your prescriptions.
Good
So
point.
for any reason, if you're going through customs or whatever, and they have you open your bag and you got medication, pills and stuff, and they ask you about it, you can show them, this is my doctor's prescription that I got for this, so you don't get in trouble. They don't take it away from you. You should be okay to travel with anything but narcotics. You cannot carry narcotics international. But anything else, high blood pressure pills, stuff like that, you can get. You can carry
Yeah.
aspirin with you. You can carry different things like that. But anytime you carry a prescription, you definitely want to have a copy of that prescription. I still carry copies of prescriptions wherever I go with me. Plus, the fact that if something happens and you run out or you need it, a lot of places will still fill it for you. They might fill it one time for you.
Yeah.
Because
the thing about it is stuff happens, right? There was just an earthquake and then a tsunami, and I'm sure flights got canceled and this is that the other. And so if you've got your paper prescription with you and you find yourself having to stay in another country longer than anticipated, you can refill that prescription. Because I don't know about you, but I don't know exactly what any prescriptions that I've ever taken are. I don't. I wouldn't be able to just say it off the top of my dome, like the milligrams and all of that. I wouldn't.
Plus, and a lot of stuff you can store on your phone. I know Apple, you can store that type of information, what your medication is and stuff
Take
like
a
that.
picture of it.
Because if you had to, for some reason, go to the hospital and they ask you, what are you taking, blah, 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 you can answer them instead of making them guess.
Exactly. So these are all important things. Antonia, do you want to leave anybody with any last words?
Did you say anything about a VPN?
Oh,
there you go.
Thank you. So VPN, virtual private network, is really, really important, especially when you're using Wi-Fi around the world. And so Rick and I use a VPN, and we'll put a link in the description below. Let me write a note to myself. If there's a pin over there. Here's a pin. All right. So we use NordVPN, and I will leave a link in the description below. If you're watching from the future, hey. Hope the future's bright. But yeah, so we use a VPN for several reasons. One, we use a VPN so that we can check out different pricing from different areas. But the best part of using a VPN is the fact that it scrambles and it adds a layer of protection when you are surfing the net on any of your devices and using a Wi-Fi that is not your private Wi-Fi. Because even if it's a hotel Wi-Fi, even if it's an Airbnb Wi-Fi, that is not private. That is not private, and other people can have access and can potentially hack into your device.
Airports are notorious for it.
Ooh,
we look for that free Wi-Fi in the airport because we're sitting there, we're bored, and we want to get online.
Right.
So we get with the free, and it leaves yourself open.
Exactly. And still, when you are logging into an airport Wi-Fi, there's still that like 60 seconds in between linking and the VPN kicking in when somebody can get in. But it is so nothing is foolproof, but that makes it a lot more difficult for the bad guys to get your information.
Another good thing is wipes. Carry wipes with you.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, y'all. I've got this banner going across the bottom, and this is the Thursday where we don't answer questions live, y'all. We don't answer questions. So, wipes.
Yeah. Wipes are good to have.
Wipes are always good to have. This is not on my list. This is on Rick's list. The wipes are on Rick's list. Sarah, do you have anything that you want to add to the list?
I don't have anything I want to add, but I just want to reiterate when you just mentioned the topic about prescriptions. It's really, really important. I was in the States was in a fire in Hawaii on the 46th floor and burned up all the prescriptions. I mean, all the medication, my husband's medication. It just so happened we had Kaiser, um, but and we lucked out that we had Kaiser and Kaiser was in Hawaii. But to get his medication, it was easy for us, and that we survived the fire, but our lives. But but if you didn't have, if we had Blue Cross, we would have been in trouble. We would have been in trouble. But it's really, really important that you have copies of your prescriptions
Mm.
when traveling anywhere,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
in case something happens.
Exactly. Exactly. So with that, we're gonna leave it with y'all. All right.
Yeah.
We will see you on Sunday because we always go live on Sunday. But we're gonna see you on Sunday and talk about what is going on and why we need to make moves faster than usual. That's probably what we're going to be talking about this Sunday. But in between time, if you have more questions about moving abroad or how to get your money straight, we offer one-on-one coaching that is in the description below. You can always join the channel and support this effort. All right. If you can't afford to join the channel, just like, subscribe, share this information, right? That will
Yes.
go a long, 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 long way in making sure that every single person who looks like us gets this information and knows that they have choices and that they do not have to remain stuck in that system in the United States,
Yes.
because that is fruit of the slavery tree,
Oh yeah.
is it not?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And with that, we'll
Yeah.
see you all on Sunday. Love
Bye.
y'all.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.